On time?
No, you're 4 minutes late.
Oh.
It's not on.
Well,
is it on?
Hi. But we're still 5 minutes late. All right.
It's not bad. It's better than 20.
We're here. Happy Monday.
Nobody else is here, but we're here.
But we're here.
That's all that counts.
There you go. Got to talk to someone.
There you
talk
go.
to ourselves.
We have one person.
Hello.
Hey, everyone.
Shayla.
And it's Shayla. You're number one.
You're number one.
There we go.
We have a few pulses out there. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to podcast number 92.
Ask Amy to moderate.
Is Amy on?
Yep,
Amy, would you moderate if we get any crazy commenters out there?
Please moderate.
Please moderate if you'd be so kind. Hello.
She says yes. Thank you.
Thank you. And good morning to you, wherever you are.
Look at that.
Good evening. The crafty chemist. You made it, Kim. This is so nice. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Hi from Ireland. Coffee. Yeah, we have our big mugs, so don't get scared. We'll try not to spill. This is our morning coffee. We're just drinking.
That's a jinx. Wisconsin.
No trolls allowed. Thank you, Shayla.
New Zealand. Oh, hello from New Zealand. Are you tomorrow in New Zealand? I bet you it's the morning time.
It's morning time. Wow.
Morning time in New Zealand, right?
That's wild.
Crazy. How was everyone? Did you have a good week? Did you craft?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Hopefully you did. Well,
I was going to say, we have been very busy, but not on the crafting end.
No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not.
So guys, they moved the clocks.
Oh.
It's light out. So every 5 seconds I'm looking out the window. I'm watching the cars go by. So I apologize if I look a little ADD.
Yes.
In advance.
An extra hour of sunlight.
Did you feel the loss of sleep though?
Well, you can't go by me because of the move this weekend. So I felt the loss of sleep. Although, you know what?
I felt it and I needed that extra hour.
You lost it.
I lost it.
Oh, you needed it. I was
going
to say. Well, the truth of the matter is I was getting up the next morning to go into Queens again.
Well, tell them why.
Well, I will. But I looked at your clock resets. So I totally forgot. And I knew I was getting up at a certain time. I was going to leave at a certain time. When I went in the kitchen to put something in the microwave,
and that's where you see.
Wait a second.
Exactly. That's what happened to Eras.
I said, I hope I hope I'm following the right time, which of course I was because I was using my.
That's exactly what happened to us. So Eras had a photo shoot in the city.
On Sunday.
But we lost the hour. Now Saturday night we were out with the clients, dinner and a show, late night. By the time we got home.
Oh, geez.
Right.
And you lost an hour.
We lost an hour, but when you wake up, the TV clock is on. The cell phone is set. Yes, everything is
the right time.
Everything is in sync. But then you go downstairs to make the coffee, and it's that microwave and the oven clock.
Yeah, they're always. My car is still wrong. I haven't done that yet. I haven't changed my clock. But anyway.
So anyway, that's the drama with the moving of the clocks.
Moving of the clocks, true.
I always like the fall when it comes
to
an
hour. Yeah, but then it gets dark so early.
I know. I am enjoying the sunlight though.
This
is nice.
It is nice. And it's sunny today too, which is nice.
Sunny out. I know.
So, I was reading, not every place, I know like in Arizona, they don't change the clocks. They don't do what we do.
Are they going to stop that?
So
eventually,
depending on time of year, it's like 2 hours behind us or 3 hours, depending. I don't know. They keep saying that.
They're talking about that, right?
Yep. But they haven't so far. So we lost an hour of crafting.
Tisk, tisk. Welcome, Annette. It's her first time catching us. This is exciting. So happy you can join us. Hi, Marcia.
Excuse me.
Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday from New Zealand. Yes, hopefully it is a happy Tuesday.
There you go.
So tell us what you were up to this weekend. You had a very busy weekend as well.
I was busy. I moved my daughter. She changed apartments, and it was move day. Actually, this was phase 3 of the move. Phase 1 was getting boxes and starting to pack. Phase 2 was she couldn't get into the apartment. When she moved out, she had to wait 2 weeks before she could get into the storage. So it was a move to storage. And then she came and stayed with my daughter for 2 weeks. And then phase 3 was moving into the apartment. this past weekend.
Which took all of 48 hours.
Yeah,
Like,
well, yeah. But live and
the
learn,
whole
you know,
team.
kids, the young adults. I mean, listen, she's not a baby, clearly. But, you know, I was telling Dina, they moved in. She moved in. She got the go-ahead that she could move in this weekend. And she went to look at the apartment Friday night. They had painted. And she sent me a video. And I'm thinking to myself, it doesn't look very clean. It looks like it needs cleaning.
Pam
so right away,
Mother of the Year award.
So I'm thinking, but of course you can't. If I said to her, "Oh, it doesn't look clean," that would, "Oh, Mom," you know.
But when you get a new apartment, yes, it was painted with a fresh coat of paint, but it's supposed to be
painted over dirt, is what they probably do.
But they're supposed to have it clean.
Well, that was true, painted and clean. So she went in with the super on Friday, and Super said it was Super said it was clean, and she told me the stove was disgusting. So, you know, right away Friday night in my head, I'm thinking, well, I'm going to bring the bucket and the mop and the bleach. And I mean, she had some things I knew, but I knew she wouldn't have all the things you really needed to clean. So,
tell them about the scraper.
Right. Well, I'll tell about that. So we get in there, and the first thing I turned to Emily. This is after the move. Besides which, it's pouring rain.
I didn't know Emily went too.
Emily came.
That's
too.
So nice.
It was pouring rain.
Yeah, that was a tough day to move.
And it was turning to sleet and snow. So we get into the apartment, and I turned to Emily and I said, "Emily, you're very good at doing this. Get on your phone and find someone who will come and do a deep clean." But of course, needless to say, you know, they found someone like on TaskRabbit, but no one that could come on Saturday. So long story short, we spent the day cleaning and doing some other things, but you know, mostly making it look so you could stay there. And she
spent the night, so Pam wanted to make sure that she had her.
And she had said
clean bill of
what she said. Maybe what I should do. She said this to her sister. Maybe I should stay here another week and have the apartment cleaned and move in next week. She didn't say that.
Stay by Emily.
This was like sometime between Friday and Saturday. She said this, but of course it was too late. She should have done that, but you know, live and learn. Those are young adults, young people that don't have the experience that you and I do doing these things. So then I went back on Sunday with my husband, and we went food shopping, and we went to Home Depot. And we did more unpacking. We hung curtain rods, you know, all that stuff.
Well, you do get Mom of the Year award, and I think people are agreeing. Yes, Marianne is agreeing too, for sure.
Yeah.
Big kudos.
When does it stop, though? When does it? I mean, I'm so tired from college, you know, moving into dorms.
It doesn't seem like I'm watching you. It doesn't seem like
it
stops because you help out now with Emily and the grandchildren. It just is. Can you imagine as they get older? It's like
they're gonna have to take care of me.
Oh my goodness!
But it was fun, and it's always nice. You know, listen, she is not attached to anybody right now. She doesn't have a partner. You know, so everything she does, she's doing, you know, independently. And she doesn't have a car because she's living in Queens. So, you know.
But her commute is going to be much better to go into Manhattan for teaching.
She teaches in Manhattan.
And also to come to you.
Right. So I'm sure Audrey would be thrilled to know we spent
the first 10 minutes
discussing her move. But
if she ever watches this, it's good. It's, what did they say? Documented.
There you go. So, of course, what happens is you break nails, right? And you need a manicure when you're done.
And a massage.
A
back rub.
Of course. So how was your weekend, Dina?
My weekend was busy, very busy. Like I said, we had he had a photo shoot, but he had clients in from overseas. So we went to a Broadway show. We went to see Aladdin.
Oh,
and
nice.
Then we went out for dinner, which was lovely. So that was Saturday.
What'd you do Saturday?
Saturday, I did house stuff. So we are in the midst of fixing the basement finally after the flood from the summer. So there's a lot to do there. Nothing fun as far as crafting, unfortunately.
I may have squeezed in. Bakery, you done something, Dina.
I was hoping on Sunday since I had the whole day. So Alice was at his photo shoot the whole day on Sunday, but then I went and got the girls.
We have a
new crew.
We've got new girls behind us.
Yes, no more wobbly mannequins.
Count them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and Dinah's got a head in front of one.
5. New girls. So I got the girls, and then I went out with a college friend for dinner.
Nice,
Yep, I met them for
nice.
dinner.
Oh, nice.
And I did get a little knitting done, but not as much as I would have liked.
It's always the way.
You never do.
When do we ever get as much done as we want?
Never. Never, ever, ever. I forgot to turn my phone.
There you go. Turn it off.
On Do Not Disturb.
So what do you guys get? What are you saying?
Diana's saying it never ends.
No, it doesn't.
I expect our very last thoughts and concerns will be about our children. Yes, I imagine so. You're the best, Pammy, according to Shayla. She is the best.
Thank you, Shayla. Thank you.
Thank goodness for moms. Amen to that, Kimberly.
That is so true. So on Saturday, they were talking about this, I don't know, snow and sleet, and it was very windy, right? It was very windy. So we had to go get her cable box. So we ended up walking, and the walk was like straight into the wind. I had a paper thin jacket on because the temperature had dropped. No, I did have a hat. No scarf, no gloves. I was frozen.
And you're always well dressed.
I'm always well. Well, you know what it was when I was putting
I'm the one who's never
when I was putting stuff in the car in the morning. It was 48 degrees.
It was crazy. The weather was crazy.
And I was dying because my daughter, God bless her, she loves plants, as we all do. You love plants too. And so all the plants came to my house while she was in this state of flux. So
Mom of the Year.
Take all the plants out of my house.
Another reason why you get the award.
Anyway, it's behind us now, so that's good. All good stuff.
Now you're waiting for an invitation. Dinner at Audrey's.
No, I'm waiting for Audrey to say, Mom, I'll take you to dinner.
Okay.
Let's go for a manicure.
There you go.
Anyway.
So.
What else is doing?
That's it. I'm wearing my FO, finally. This was done in the end.
This was done about a month ago.
It was done in February. I wanted to post like a finished sweater each month, and I couldn't. So this is Kari. It's designed by Natasja Hornby. It's got beautiful mosaic sleeves. It's a Chanel inspired.
Yeah, definitely. You have to stand up though so they can see the bottom.
I was afraid you were going to see that.
Yeah, you have to see it. The bottom is so back up just a little bit. Look at that, guys. How pretty is that?
So if you haven't seen it already on Instagram or on Ravelry.
It's so pretty. What colors did you use?
I used Shadow and Toffee. Toffee is this color here. Shadow is, looks very tweedy, but it's the gray that's in the mosaic. If I
remember when Dina was, while she was knitting it, we kept referring to it almost as like fish scales. That's what this is. That's what that is.
Let's see if I get close enough. Can you see it?
See that. Now, what I find interesting with this pattern is main color, contrast color.
Sorry, guys.
So I believe in your sweater, your toffee is the main color.
Yes. So whatever color is in the edging and the piping is your main color. Mm-hmm. The recessed color or the recessed color in the mosaic would be your contrast color.
Now, let me ask you a question. When I remember also when you started this and we were approximating how much yarn you needed, what did you end up using? 3 and 2?
I did.
Which one did you use 3 of?
The main color and 2 of the contrast, but I just made it.
Yeah. Technically, according to the thing,
it calls for 3 and 3.
Right.
And therefore I included 3 and 3 because everyone's tension.
Well, that was the confusing thing when you did it, because even though there was main and contrast, the amounts were equal.
As far as our kits were concerned.
Correct.
What was required for the jacket is actually different, but the beauty of the kits is you can choose either colorway to be your main color or your contrast color.
Correct.
I'm not sure if you guys follow me on Instagram. You can find me at The Knitting Place on Instagram, Ravelry, and Facebook.
That picture you posted, right, Dina?
Yes, I'm going to bring it up. 2 of the women, I should say, they are the moderators.
They're the moderators?
Yes, they're fabulous. Bridget and Kathy.
Did they plan that?
I don't know, actually. Never really asked them. There they are wearing their Karis, and Bridget has blue as the main color and ivory as the recessed color, and Kathy over here on the side is wearing white as the main color and blue as the
so that's
contrast.
Such a good example. You can see
it's the inverse.
Depending on which you make your main and your contrast,
how it differs.
Change the look of the sweater.
Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit.
Do you think it really changes it in the body of the sweater? I mean, the white one looks a little lighter.
Yes, but I think it's more in the detail.
Much, right.
It's more in the detail.
Yeah. Very interesting.
So it is interesting, and it's fun because when you're swatching, I wanted to tell you guys this. When Pam and I are part of Test Knits, you may find that the designer may have a thread on Ravelry. Does Sweater Freak have a thread?
Yeah.
So if you follow the designer's group, you could follow the thread and you could see progress as it comes along.
Right.
And you can also read about troubleshooting and things like that. So if we really do inspire you on a project, you can always refer to Ravelry. So it's fun because what I was getting at is that on the thread page for the test knits, we saw different swatches and the different play of color, and it was a lot of fun.
Right, exactly. What people do. Like on the one, my test knit last week, there were people that were putting the dyed in the wool, the spin cycle in the bottom.
At the
border and in the cuffs. And I opted. I had considered doing that, and then I decided not to do that. I felt like I didn't want to draw attention down at the bottom. I just thought I would leave it as it is. But I believe now, the sweater hasn't come out yet, but I believe that she may be writing that as an option.
To put the border in.
Correct.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting how the designers, kudos to all the testers, that they include different things. And that's an element that is now modified, and it's fun.
And that's the reason, one of the reasons you have testers when you do these things, right?
Absolutely. It's not just making sure the pattern is written
correct,
well.
and that the fit is nice, and so on and so forth.
So that's what I'm wearing. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
They're saying stunning, beautiful.
Thank you. I love it. I really do love it. It wasn't hard.
Gorgeous.
It's there's no color work. Like I said, it's mosaic knitting. And I will tell you, if you are going to go to the Ravelry page, I should probably pull them up. Prolific Knitter is her Ravelry name. Yep. And
now she knits so much.
Her name is Kame. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She did a 3-color version of
that's cute. Yeah, show them that.
She did a 3-color version, which was absolutely magnificent. Let's see, Kari Cardigan. So if you want to check out what people have done, I always reference going to the projects page. Once the pattern is published, you can see all the different people that have actually knit their cardigans. So this is Kame's, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but here it is. Look at the detail on the sleeve. This is a 3-color version.
So she just added that little, on one of the stripes on the bottom, I see on the hem. How pretty is that?
So you could see she did white as her contrast color. It looks like a steel gray or maybe a navy for the main color. And then an accent was the toffee or like a burnt kind of caramel color. It's absolutely exquisite. So this section of the sleeve that I'm showing you here, it's really, I just lost it. It's really interesting because what Natasja had done is
show us on your sleeve. Which point are you pointing to?
This section right here.
Okay.
So what she does is she has you work in the rounds until about here, and then when it comes to the mosaic, she actually has you work flat.
Oh, that's right.
So you're dividing and you're working flat.
Why?
I don't know.
Were you decreasing or anything?
That's the way.
You weren't decreasing.
We might have been decreasing. We were definitely decreasing at that point.
Maybe that's why.
It could be. Designer's choice.
Just curious.
Yeah, but it's interesting because we were talking about modifications, and the Dragon Knitter on.
That's a gorgeous one.
The Dragon Knitter on Instagram is also Nayus, Nayyus on Ravelry. If you go to her project page on Ravelry, you'll see that she had written a modification to actually keep the mosaic in the round.
Oh, really? Did she?
So that you don't divide and split.
See, but now I want to know why, though. There must have been a reason why she split it. There had to be a reason why she split it. Did you split yours?
I did. I followed the directions exactly. But it was funny after. her name is Suyan. After Suyan had done it in the round, I had already done one
You'd
sleeve.
already done one.
So I didn't want to do one in the round.
Yeah, but
and
see,
one
my feeling
sewn.
with that is that it has to be, I mean, listen, she's a terrific designer. There has to be a reason why she felt that should be done flat. Don't you think?
It could be the way the mosaic pattern is written. All the, when you're doing it flat, there's a certain chart.
Yes. Yeah.
So maybe it would complicate things as far as charting
could
it.
Be, yeah.
It could be that.
Could be. That's probably
if you're not a mosaic knitter, what we're referring to is every 2 rows, the
color
the color changes when you're working flat. So not to get too technical, but anyway, all the testers, exquisite. I mean, the color play, yes, fabulous.
And that's such a classic silhouette, the Chanel.
Yes, it really is.
Dan and I were talking about the other day about, I don't know how many years ago, has to be at least more than 10, 15 years ago.
At least.
Chanel was very popular. How many Chanel jackets? We still have it in the binders.
We had handwritten Chanel. Yeah. Crazy. If anybody has one that we wrote for you, please send us a picture and tag us. I don't know if you remember, I talked about the button band, the attention to detail. So now I could talk about it. Yeah. It's just wonderful. She has you pick up with smaller needle. Mm-hmm. There's like a groove in here. Mm-hmm. She has a link, which I thought was fabulous because I ended up extending my cardigan. I made it longer. Mm-hmm. And while she had written it for a certain number of stitches for pickup, there was a formula that, a link that she attached to the pattern that if you lengthen the cardigan, how to do the button placement. Gotcha. And it was perfect. So
how to do the buttonhole placement?
Yes, because based on your number of stitches.
Correct.
I find that when I do a button band, I don't know about you, but I tend to...
that was the other thing she had on there, right?
Yes. There's a bit of an I-quarter. She has like slip stitches at the top and the bottom.
It's a little sloppy sometimes at the top.
Or it's indented.
Yeah.
Especially when you're doing a rib. I'm definitely adapting that in the future.
So she did an I-cord.
Yes. Just at the very edge. Or it might have been slip stitches. Do you see that it's...
Yeah.
Anyway, her attention to detail is over the top.
Yeah.
So, super fun. Pam, what are you wearing? And we're going to get to that. Before you determined your colors, did you try swatching in the other options? I did not. I knew that I wanted toffee as the border color.
Right. So that made it your main color?
I made that the main color. But for people who were on the fence, they weren't sure.
See, another nice thing with this would be, I'm trying to think, if you made gray the main color, I lost my thought. I was thinking of doing like what the prolific knitter did. You could make one of the stripes, that third color, the toffee, but then you still need the other color.
Right. Right. And at that point, like after I saw Came's, like I would have loved to have incorporated another color, but again, I was already past that. So when I swatched, I knew which way I wanted Joy. Lots of purling for the cardigan. Yes, purling? There was purling. It was done flat, so there was no steeking, definitely. Thank you. I appreciate the compliments. Hello from Australia. How much extra length? My length is 21 inches in total length, Mary.
What she called for?
I don't know what she called for. Do I have the pattern here? I don't think we printed the whole pattern. Hold on.
We did length.
I don't think she describes length.
Did you do check. About an inch, do you think? Or maybe a little more? Maybe it's 19 inches.
Well, I think she was it was high-waisted. Look at how high-waisted it is on Natasja.
2 inches shorter.
Yeah, so I think I added about 2.5 inches, Mary, for sure.
21 is that magic number.
There should be an app for that. You're right. Very funny. Okay, we'll show you the kits afterwards. Pam, what are you wearing?
Oh, I am wearing Like a Cloud from Hohi, which is it's a great sweater. It took me forever to knit it. It's not a hard knit, very easy. But when you talk about is there purling, it was what was it? An 8-row stitch pattern, I think.
Yes, it's a basket weave.
Just knits and purls, like a basket weave. Mm-hmm. Correct. Seamless construction. The way it was done. When it was done, it was done. I don't think we had to sew a seam. We just had to weave some ends in.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
The construction was brilliant in that regard.
And, it's got the cuff here, and I've got a thread on me. It's got a nice ribbing there. It's a light sweater, but it keeps you warm. I was so chilly this morning, and I was so happy to put this on and to wear it today because I knew it wouldn't be a sweater that you would wear and feel like you were dying during the day. It keeps you warm, but it doesn't make you, I'd like to say it doesn't make you choke in the course of the day. What are you looking for?
I'm trying to find the pattern. I'm sorry. I don't need to have my back to you. Yes, for the length. But I think it was about 2 inches. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract.
That's okay. And that's it. I used Shibui Silk Cloud with Cima held together. And that was it.
You know what I always found interesting with this?
Yeah.
Do you see that it looks like it has a V-neck shaping? It actually does not. And what's really crazy, do you want to turn around for a second? The way she had you picked up the stitches, there's no back of neck shaping.
No.
There's you're literally picking up from half of the back,
correct,
working downward, and half of the back, and it's almost like if you were thinking of a Ruana.
Yes.
But then you have the shape line like a V-neck shaping.
Right. I know it's just.
Rolls it's fabulous.
And this is the kind of top. I know it took me forever to make it, but I wouldn't mind having another one.
Yeah, I don't know that I would do it in the Cima and Silk Cloud.
No,
I would like to do an option. Yes,
Barbara
did it in Anzula
in Squishy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was lovely.
I think someone else did
cashmere, blooms.
I think Marsha also made.
Yes,
there are a few people
lovely.
who did it in just a plain yarn, and
of
that
course,
would be a great option.
We recommended it. Too.
Yes, yes, that's
but we didn't do it for ourselves, right?
But the construction is brilliant in that sense. It was very, modular going down. The only shaping that was involved was in the sleeve.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that was a fun knit.
It was.
So that's what we're wearing.
That's what we're wearing.
Shall we move onward to
whips? What are you whipping on, Dina?
I am whipping on.
I love where you put them. It's novel.
Well, you know what? They're always hanging all over the place.
Like your water bottle there too.
I know. Got a whole little
setup going on there.
Oh, I'm testing Corbis, also for Natasja. And I'm basket weaving. It's funny. Mm-hmm. We just spoke about the basket weave, but this is a variation. This has eyelets in it.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
So that'll open up and you'll see the lace in there. And I finished the diamond section, and I'm just in the last basket weave section. That's basically the yoke. It's also another clever construction. Let me see if I can show you.
Are you in the yoke?
Yes, I am. It's a V-neck sweater. I'm just trying to see if I can get my bearings here to show you.
The V here.
Yeah, here we go.
There you go.
There it is.
So you haven't gotten to the armholes yet?
Oh, no. I'm still in the yoke, sadly. Yeah, I'm on a fingering weight yarn. I'm using Kokon Rose Gold. It's her fingering merino. And what else can I tell you about it? This was a fun diamond pattern. She has a link here on how to do these bobbles without turning your work, which was kind of nice. And that's all I have to share for now.
There you go. Getting there.
Yeah. Looking forward
to it. Is it sleeveless?
No, it has sleeves.
Short sleeves?
Long sleeves.
Long sleeves.
Looking forward to a light fingering weight sweater as we transition into spring.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of knitting there, Dina.
I have a little bit more to go. I just joined my second skein.
Just a bit.
Yeah. Second out of 4. So that's what I have.
There you go. And what do I have? I have the same thing Dina has, actually. The Peacock Tee that I started last week. Continued to work on it. And I am moving along. I have about 3 more rows to do or so. I forget now. Maybe 2 more increase rows.
Look at how pretty that is.
On the, before I split for the sleeve, I started doing the stockinette raglan shaping. Got my markers in. And that's it.
Markers are your friends.
Markers.
Did you put markers in?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
No.
I didn't do it for the top, but I did it for the raglan shaping.
Oh, okay.
But it would go faster in the top. I'm ready to split for my sleeves because you can see I have my trusty little sleeve holders.
Clover stitch holders.
And that's really about it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't have a picture of it to show you, so I can't do that.
I could pull it up.
And the whole yoke is this great lace pattern, you can see, like that. And then it splits shortly and it goes down in stockinette, and it has a short sleeve. It's going to be this is going to be like our anchor.
Totally. This is going to be
2022.
Yes,
and it's going to be I had the wild clover from last year. So that's green. This is blue. And my anchor is raspberry.
You have a nice,
green.
pretty trio.
I have a nice trio.
This is the finished object.
Yeah. And it's
so
it's a quick knit. I began this last Saturday. And I wish I could say there were nights when I did nothing on it because I just was too tired. Like Saturday night, I don't think I knit when I came home. And
someone is asking, great, what yarn?
Oh, Lene from Sandus Garn. It's a worsted weight linen cotton acrylic blend. And it's like a workhorse yarn.
We always refer to it like that. Although I do have to share something with mine.
Go ahead. It's, I put...
What colorway is yours?
I think it's petrol. You want the number?
Yeah, someone is asking, the Peacock Tee is next in my project in the same colorway. Or maybe you already have it. Maybe you're not asking.
That. I don't have it with me.
Oh,
I don't have the label.
All right.
That's okay. It's 60 something. 63, 64, 60, 61.
I know. There's a whole
I can look it up. I'll
them.
look it up on the website.
Okay.
I'll look it up on my phone.
But it's a beautiful
I'll come back
top.
to you and tell you what color it is.
Clearly, it's knit from the top down. You do start at the neck ribbing, and then you incorporate the that beautiful lace panel. I use markers. I know Pam's braver than I am. Yeah. I use markers, and I put the markers for the chart. So as your motif increases, it was easier for me to keep my pattern.
It increases within the markers, so you don't have to move the markers. So it's not a hard thing to do.
Right.
And really, the row you need it for is the lace row, probably.
My goodness, Rochelle is on. Hi, Rochelle. Look, we have the Kari. We're going to feature your yarn shortly. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, I'm going to take out my... And
it's by Le Petit, and Dina has hers as well. And Dina has a different color.
Who is the...
Le Petit.
I can't pronounce her name, but that's the designer. It's in Lene.
Lene Holme Samsøe. Lene is her first name. Holme.
In the show notes, all the links are available.
Yes, so you can just go down to the show notes. It's just the Peacock Tee. Here's Dina's.
So here's mine. I did divide. I literally just divided for the sleeve. Didn't get very far past that. I did hit a snag, and I want to share something with you. Often, we hit a knot in the yarn. And in this particular case, I had a fray. I'm not sure if you could see this, but I'll try to hold it up closely. Do you see that break in the yarn? That's a manufacturing break. That happened in the skein. It wasn't, something that happened while I was working with it, but I didn't want to work through it. So what I ended up doing is opting not to knit through it and cutting it out. And then in another area in the same skein, there was a knot. And I just want to show you what I do when I approach a knot. Here it is. I don't knit through it. I leave the slack. I'm going to cut that and weave in the ends. So it would be like I was basically attaching a new skein of yarn. I don't want the knot to pop through to the right side.
Correct, right.
So that's just a tip that I like to do. I don't like to have those frays and ends pop through. But yeah, that's it. I have mine not on the clover stitch. I put my sleeves on the barber cords, which are fun. Both
methods,
good. Yeah. It's funny that my
better than a piece of string.
I know, right?
There's nothing worse than a piece of string.
I haven't tried it on yet, but I'm sure that it will fit quite nicely. I love the motif.
Color. It's a great color.
And Pam and I noticed that this, I guess it's called the peacock stitch. we saw it in shawls. It's
Yes.
like it's
very
become very popular.
Is that what they do call that the peacock? I
think
realize
it's called
that.
the peacock stitch.
That's why it's the peacock
We
tee.
saw shawl, and I think Loopy Mango also has the
Is
chunky
that right?
mohair
Yep.
sweater, and it has the motif running
Nice.
through it. So it seems to be very popular right now. That's all I have for whips.
I have to tell you something, Dina. Funny. On Friday when we were leaving here, remember we were leaving and I said to you, I felt something wet. And I said, I felt something wet. Remember? Standing over there. And I said, I felt like, I don't know what if I put my hands in my bag or I felt something wet. And I said, there's nothing wet. Remember that? Before we were leaving.
I do recall, yeah.
And so I went home. I didn't think anything of it. So I get home, and then not even as soon as I got home, I later looked to take, I guess, my knitting. I don't know what I was taking out. This is afterwards. And don't forget, Friday was the day when, remember, I called you and I said I wanted to take the bins for the plants.
Yes.
So I went home, and then I started gathering her plants together and some of her valuable things that she'd left with me so it wouldn't go into storage. So I was gathering everything together, and then I went in and I looked whether to take something out of my bag, and my seltzer bottle had opened up, had leaked in my knitting bag.
Everything got wet?
Well, everything. My project bag that had the Musselburgh hat in it,
yes,
got wet. The skein of
Wait, what about all that yarn you wound for the toys?
Musselburgh? No, that didn't get wet. That didn't get wet. Oh, and you know, the cake that I had for the Musselburgh hat, I could have like squeezed it and seltzer would have come out of it.
Did any dye run off?
No, it didn't. So I'm like, oh my God, like what? So I knew what I had to do. The only way that it would dry is if I unwound it.
Oh my goodness.
So I put it on my umbrella
backwards,
and wound it
back into a hank.
Right. And it was so disgusting because it was wet. You know, it's like to rewind when the yarn is wet.
You should have given it to me. I could have put it in my laundry room, like down in the basement with the boiler.
So then I took it off of the thing. I took scrap yarn and I tied it. You know how the manufacturers tie it and they weave it through and then they tie it. I put about 4 ties in it and I said it has to hang to dry. So I just hung it to dry.
That would have been a good Instagram story.
So, but I did have to detach it from what I had knit because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to wind it. So,
funny.
Is that funny? Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
What a silly. I said, I have to tell Dina that. I knew I felt something wet.
Yeah, you weren't crazy when you said something was wet. I'm looking around. I'm like, Pam, you just went.
Well, you know what it is.
Nothing wet. It's not raining outside.
Sometimes I make myself a seltzer on the soda stream. Yep. And I'll bring a seltzer to the shop and a seltzer. And unfortunately it leaked in my bag. So
I'm glad that the yarn didn't run.
No, the yarn didn't run.
That's good.
Is that crazy or what?
Rochelle is saying that my rainbow is ready. Woohoo!
Look at that. A rainbow.
Yep. Can't wait, Rochelle. Can't wait. I forgot what base I ordered it in.
What base was it?
I think it was sport. I think it was the sport. A new rainbow in sport. Okay, so we talked about Kari. Should we talk about the kits? Since Rochelle is on with us, let's share.
Let's do those kits.
Let's do the Kari kits.
So you have them right there. So Dina's going to show them.
This here, I think, is very similar to Natasja's. We kitted it up with Moondrake's Merino Sport. It's her soft sport base, 100% superwash 4-ply merino. And it's got 328 yards, and it is lovely.
And it's kitted for 3 and 3
to knit with. So you're getting 3 skeins of each colorway. You can make, Natasja used this as the main, and this is the background color. But if you're looking for something that has more of a darker border, then you can do the inverse. So you definitely can play.
They could do all sizes through the second to last size? Isn't that what we said?
Yes, I think Yes, I was mistaken. And I don't think I modified that actually on the description page, but you do have quite a bit of yardage. So at 3 skeins, you're getting almost 990 yards. I think it's 984 yards per color to knit the cardigan.
Yes.
So
on the main color, 984 will take you the second, not the largest, one down from the largest is 985.
So you're pretty much getting the realm.
And the contrast is $8.75. So
if you don't need as much yardage, you can always call up or leave a note and we could credit you. So that's not a problem. Next up, we have Sprouts and Black. This is another lovely kit. There was one of the knitters did this combination. It was fabulous, absolutely gorgeous. I don't recall which was the main color, but you really see the green in the cardigan, and it was a beauty. So that's a great one. This is a classic. We have navy and the dusty pink. Super pretty. I do want to share that if there is a kit that sold or you saw it before, let me know. If I can reconfigure another kit, I'd be happy to help you out and do that as long as I have the material. This here is deep Wedgwood and ash, if I'm not mistaken. This is the darker version. The lighter version sold. Mm-hmm. This is not on the website yet. I don't think I assembled it, but I can make another kit. This one sold. This is beautiful. It's funny. I was watching like a Vogue runway video, and they had a striped sweater with the navy and the green. This is a great combo. It's a
popular combination.
Very popular.
It really is, yeah.
So this is navy and forest. And last but not least, my colorway, the toffee and shadow.
That's pretty.
So like I mentioned in the live, this dye lot is a little bit deeper than mine, but still gorgeous. And again, you can make either color the main. That's it.
That's lovely.
That's what we got. Should we move on to Unwind since Rochelle is with us?
Yes, let's do that.
It's like a moondrake kind of day.
Let's do that. This has been a shop favorite now going on 2 years for us, right, Dina?
2 or more.
It was during the pandemic. It was right when the pandemic
might be year
started.
Number 3.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is the third. It's the third spring summer season. Sure.
The shawl is actually there. It is right there. It's on the mannequin. We have to name these girls, you guys. We need your help. We need help. We're going to name them. So this is the Unwind shawl. It's designed by Tracie Millar. You can find the pattern on Ravelry. It's a very simple, easy knit.
And this is a kit that we've had before. We haven't had it recently, but we just reassembled them today. Right. And
yes, we've gotten inquiries, so we're kind of listening to what you guys want.
And this is the colorway that is back here,
which is mushroom and driftwood. That was the combination that I used.
Yep. So that's
very pretty.
And then we have,
you can see the shading and the speckles running through it.
We have Juicy and Black. Very pretty. And then there is Golden and Sunset in Taiwan. Look at that, how pretty that sunset in Taiwan is.
Love that. Now, if you prefer lavender, like a lilac.
Like if you could do this if you wanted to.
Right. Or even the amethyst. That would, oh my God, that's so pretty.
You could do that as well.
Gorgeous.
So, that's that one.
Kimberly is saying that we can name them the Golden Girls names.
We can, right? But we have 5. This is Creamsicle and Pink Salt.
We should put it out there. We want burlesque names.
Yeah, Dina said that we wanted to do something burlesque, right?
Yes, since they're going to be changing all the time.
And then I told Dina, what did I say we should call them? I don't remember them. I did say something. And this is Deep Violet and Lilac.
Beautiful. What is Rochelle saying? That was my color. Did you do Juicy? Did you do Juicy and Shadow?
Juicy. She said Juicy.
Yeah, I don't remember which one was yours. I forgot. Kendra is saying she loves her Unwind shawl. So easy to wear and great design for showcasing beautiful yarn. It really is. And how did you find the stitching? Kendra, did you find it difficult? She's, I think we did that with the lilac. This is with the seafoam.
This one?
Yeah.
I knew that wasn't right. Yeah, there you go.
This is a gorgeous
lilac.
combo.
Yeah, this is pretty. Lilac and the mushroom. How pretty is that? But look at the mushroom.
Now this mushroom is deeper. So we paired this one specifically with the lilac because of the lilac
shading in there.
It's gorgeous, and
Very
it really
pretty.
pairs nicely with the lilac.
This one is Seafoam and Knitting Place Sunset. Was the color that Rochelle dyed for us, right?
Yeah, she created a colorway.
How pretty is that?
And calls it the Knitting Place Sunset. So that's original to the shop,
Right.
which is lovely.
This is another pretty one here, Dina.
Hold it.
Yep, please.
This one is Toffee, as well as the Knitting Place Sunset. And you can see the colors kind of coming through. There's purple, orangey gold. It's got
it's pretty.
flecks. There's teal in there. It's very pretty.
This one is a favorite of mine. It's Cobblestone and Prada Blue. Look at the cobblestone. How pretty that is, guys. The
if I'm not mistaken,
blue.
Prada Blue. Was that the color in here, Rochelle? Did Tracie use Prada Blue?
I think she did.
I don't know if she used cobblestone, actually.
Anyway, look at the speckles on that
beautiful.
cobblestone. Isn't that gorgeous? It's one of my favorite colorways.
Oh, no, she used cerulean and ash. Nope, wrong color.
Wrong color. And then this, I said to Dina, this is a beauty. Isn't this what I said, Dina?
Yes.
Driftwood and, I'm going to do it this way, driftwood and denim. Look at that driftwood.
It's really pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
Yep. I like that it's subtle, but yet it still has some speckles going through it.
This is another pretty one. Very, very soft.
This one is Denim and Sky. I'll try to hold still so you can focus. Pretty.
And the last one is Ash and Blush.
That's very pretty. That's very soft looking.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
Very classic in colorways. And that's it for the
Unwind
Shawl. So
Tracie.
Is she
Tracie's on?
She's on. We love your shawl.
Thank you for sharing the Unwind. You're so welcome, Tracie. We absolutely love it. And
as you
apparently
can see,
everyone else does too.
Yeah, exactly. It was time to revisit it, Tracie.
Thanks for joining us.
So what's next, Dina?
What is next?
Do you want to talk about naming our mannequins?
Yes, do we want them to leave comments?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
So these are the new girls, and we want burlesque names for them. 5 girls, 5 names.
Dina and I have already said that this young lady back here with the
which one?
This one.
The V-back tee.
V-back tee. She's very forward. Very pushy. She's like pushing her way to the front.
And the one behind Pam is very reserved. She's got her arms crossed in front.
Yes.
You can't tell, but
the one with your
wearing,
shawl.
the one wearing Tracie's shawl. Very funny.
Anyway, we thought it would be fun because you have to name them. We used to call our mannequins like Gertrude or...
Well, when I picked them up from Tony, Tony said, I have to name them.
She did
Tony,
say.
We're going to name them for you.
A little risque kind of a name.
Yes. Okay, Tracie, we all want to know, when is your new cowl coming out?
Ooh, when you say cowl, it's a cowl.
It's a cowl.
Maybe it's cowl.
Or did I miss it? Maybe it's out.
Cowl.
No, a cowl.
Cowl, okay.
Cowl.
Is it out?
I don't know. It's designed also with Moondrake yarn. Another shout out to Rochelle. And it's using her Corriedale fingering weight.
Oh, is it really?
If I'm not mistaken.
Lovely.
And we have plenty of it.
I can't wait to see it.
So we can't wait to make kits, Tracie. We'll promote you some more.
There you go.
Both of you, actually. Both Rochelle and Tracie collaborating once again.
But Dina and
oh my God, the plan is this Friday. Woohoo!
Oh, nice. Well, we know what we're doing this Friday.
We'll be making more kits.
Making some kits.
Exactly. How about we talk about this trend that we saw?
Oh, okay, good.
So there are 3 new patterns that we noticed that were on the top of Ravelry. We did not make kits for them because we figured we don't want this to be like a home shopping network.
But we wanted to share them with you.
But we wanted to share them. So this is Oxa, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's designed by Boyland Knitworks.
It's lovely.
Caitlin Hunter.
I think she used Woolfolk's Far. And I was on Ravelry the other day, and there were 3 projects knit in Far. And I have to say they were lovely.
Yes. The Far, in case you don't know it, it's a chain net construction.
Mm-hmm.
It's 100% Ovis Ultimate Merino. super soft and squishy.
Soft as, yeah.
Yep. And she says the Oxa sweater is knit top down in the round and features a yoke design with slipped stitches, cables, and simple knit and purl designs. The sweater is my updated take on a traditional fisherman's ganzi. The fit is easily customizable to suit your own style preferences. Please see the schematic for full fit details. Instructions are included in the pattern to make length adjustments. This size inclusive pattern is written to fit bust from 28 to 66 inches.
Wow, look at that.
That is great. So that's definitely size inclusive. We're definitely bringing this to your attention because it's amazing. The 3 patterns that we are going to share all have textured stitches. This is
Stephen
Dustlander. And his sweater, I believe, uses La Bien-Aimée worsted. We don't have the La Bien-Aimée, but we do have Forge from Hudson and West.
Correct.
And we thought that would be a nice yarn to use for this one. The Dustland sweater is knit seamlessly from the top collar down to the bottom ribbing. The solid sweater works beautifully with DK or worsted yarn.
That's nice
too. That's actually
good. That's nice too.
Yeah. Solid or heathered.
We have the DK Coriadale from Moondrake, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be a lovely alternative.
Nice too.
Yes. Simple knit and purl stitches like moss, diagonal ribbing, and broken rib are frames by garter stitch rows. So also another Guernsey style sweater.
And Stephen has a Dustland hat to match.
Doesn't he have? Is there a shawl too?
Yeah, I don't think it's Dustland, but it's he used the same yarn that he used for this. It's a similar play on knits and purls.
Yes,
textured stitches.
And last but not least, we have the
lovely.
Ingrid sweater by
That's
Petite
lovely.
Knit.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to say this difficulty is a 5 out of 5. This is the Ingrid sweater. It's worked from the top down in knit and purl texture pattern. First, the back yoke is worked back and forth, and the sloping shoulders are shaped using short rows. So there's short rows involved. Then the stitches are picked up and knitted from the shoulder sections down, which is basically what we said.
We did on the Marseille.
But you did it on yours.
Yeah.
It's not sloped, but on Hohi's sweater.
Right.
The shoulder sections are then joined to form the front yoke. The front yoke and back yoke are joined in the round to form the body, and they're worked straight down. Again, textures involved. I don't know if there are cable stitches on this one. I didn't look at the attributes, but there might be. Twist stitches. So there's a lot going on here. But found it interesting that on the top, like the front page, right now, these all 3
textured stitches. Yeah.
Right. As well as the Peacock Tee.
If you want it to be done for the fall, start now. Exactly. We're not that we're late for the summer, but summer sweaters usually don't have a lot of sleeves, right? They could be sleeveless or short sleeves. So we're
going to be so timely with the Peacock Tee.
We are. We definitely are. Definitely.
Yeah. All right. What's next? Should we talk about what we have a new pattern to share?
Yes.
A new kit. What is Sonia saying? Call them Ali, Tess, Nikki, Georgia, and Coco from the movie Coco. Burlesque. Oh, starring Cher. That might be good, Sonia.
What were the names again?
Ali, Tess, Nikki, Georgia, and Coco. Okay, you're going to have to leave that in the comments. We're going to vote.
We're going to take a
What
vote.
yarn would you suggest for the Ingrid?
Well, it has mohair in it.
I think the double Sunday and it's mohair. Probably from Sandnes Garn is what I would recommend. Materials. 2 yarns held together. I believe it was a DK and a mohair. So that's what I'd recommend, Karen.
That would be lovely.
That would be lovely. I do like the halo. You can see it on her sleeves. There's definitely the halo in there.
Mm-hmm.
And, definitely a cozy sweater.
It does look like a great sweater for the fall.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. And it also has eyelet stitches, which is interesting. Breaking up the ridges. Okay.
Well, the next sweater we're going to show you, we made kits for on Friday.
Yes.
And we saw that this was out on Ravelry. We had seen the sweater, but it wasn't available in English at the time. And it came out, and we said we have to do it. So it's the...
Marcia sent it to my inbox, actually. Also, saying that she thought our viewers would love this sweater. And so spot on. Gorgeous.
The Jeol.
Who knows how to pronounce this? There was a discrepancy. I don't know.
Well, we listened to the
pronunciation. Right. We typed in the name and we listened to the pronunciation, and it came up Jeol. So there it is, the Jeol sweater.
So we made kits with 2 different fibers, 2 different ways.
Yes.
And there's mohair held throughout. There are 2 colors, a main color and a contrast color.
Mm-hmm.
Color on the top is the main color, and the bottom color is the contrast color. So as we were thinking of what yarn we should use, we stumbled actually upon
our most recent delivery of Woolfolk
that we really hadn't done much with, right, Dina?
Yes.
So we decided to hold all of it, just take a few of it, 1 or 2. So what we did was
how pretty is this, you guys?
Woolfolk fleck, not flecked, it's fleck. So this would be your top color, this would be your bottom color, and you'd be holding it with.
Now, for the record, Woolfolk doesn't have color names; they're color numbers. Correct. So it's F2 and F5.
Correct.
Fleck 2 and Fleck 5.
And you'd be holding this with this mohair, and you'd be holding this with this mohair.
I'm casting this on this week.
There you go. And this most closely resembles the colorway in Dina's hand.
Yeah,
this particular one.
I don't know what yarn she actually originally used. She originally used, let's see, Issy silk mohair paired with Issy tweed.
And this is, it says 22 to 26 stitches, and it's 90% Ovis 21 Ultimate Merino and 10% Donegal, which is the tweed that you're seeing in it, right?
Yeah. And guys, the squish factor.
Yeah.
Like, talk about a cozy sweater.
Love.
Pairing it with a strand of mohair.
Love.
Forget about it.
And
so good.
We sold out of one of the colorways that we had. But here's some other colorways. Just do this, and this. Here we go, Dina. I can show them that.
This is a caramel top with a black base. That will be lovely, especially with the color work. You'll get this running through the bottom in the black. Absolutely gorgeous. I have to say, this is not an inexpensive kit. So if you're feeling like treating yourselves,
definitely
this is a luxury. It really is.
Yep. And it's the other colorway that's left.
With the ivory.
Mm-hmm.
This is Fleck 1. And we have that paired with an off-white mohair, and then again with the black. So this is kind of like your black and white. So the Fleck came in very neutral colors. There is a raisin colorway that we don't have.
We're missing one of the colors.
Right. So if that was your jam, let us know and we'll make it happen.
There you go.
Thank you.
So then we decided, I think initially we decided to do it out of Hudson and West Weld, which is a sport weight yarn. And again, this colorway closely resembles the colorway that you see in the picture right here. Did I do that right? Yeah. So you'd be holding the mohair together with that. It's the beige on the top and the charcoal on the bottom. And the forge colorway is the forge option. It's not, excuse me, the weld option is not as
astronomical
as the other one. But, you know, still lovely. They're all lovely. They're all lovely. This was another way that we went with here, Dina.
We're not going to show them all, are we?
No, show one more. How's that sound?
Okay, we're only going to show a few.
Yep.
So this is the Weld and Barn Red. And you guys might recognize this color. Pam knit her Felix using Barn Red, which is beautiful.
I did, that's right.
Although she paired it with Superior.
I did, yes.
Which is a cashmere blend, but we have it with mohair and then with the raven. That's a gorgeous combination.
Isn't that pretty?
Yep. Different.
And then one last one we'll show you, and that'll be it.
This one here
and they're all up on the website.
Is this the mustard?
That's
this is mustard.
Yeah, mustard.
And we paired that with the raven. Actually,
mustard.
No, I think mustard was with charcoal.
Oh, you're right. Mustard was the other one was
Hold
with.
on.
Hold on. Oh, close.
We goofed.
Close, but no cigar.
I think Raven went with.
It's under.
Split decision. Listen to me. Gold leaf.
Our patterns mixed up.
Here you go.
That's so funny.
So that's how that one would look. There you go. Gold leaf and charcoal. Now, Pam, in her split decision, she used gold leaf, and that's what I was confusing. We do have a kit with her gold leaf colorway, and we paired that with the Raven, and it's gorgeous.
You know what I'm looking for? The Festival of Stitches. Do we have the pattern?
We do.
You don't have it there, though, right?
No.
It's not on the table. I'm going to look for it for a second. So you can...
Okay, I'm going to read a couple of comments here. Nora, or I should say Nori, how about naming them Barbara Streisand, Cher, Madonna, Dolly, and Tina? I love
Very
it.
Good.
You guys are going to have to leave these comments afterwards so we can go back. We're not going to remember.
That's so
Neil is great. Looks so oversized. Oh, you mean the Joel? The Joel, or Jeol. It's actually Jeol's sweater. It does look like it's oversized. If I'm not mistaken, that's a very good point. There are only two sizes. Yeah. So thank you for mentioning that. The first category is extra small, small, medium with a finished bust of 60. No. What was it? 120 centimeters? What was the number of inches?
The first size
48?
is extra small, small, medium, and it's a 48 finished.
Right.
The next one is large, extra large, and 2X, and I think that's a 56 finished. And they said because it's got a drop sleeve, you just can't measure around the bust. So they had you go from like here to here.
Underarm to underarm.
Underarm to
just
underarm.
Above the girls.
Yeah, just above the girls.
Yeah. So 2 size categories, extra small, small, medium, had a finished bust or approximate bust of 48 inches. And then the large, extra large, double XL went to 56.
And we kitted it for just the first size.
We did kit it. That's correct. Thank you, Pam. We made kits for the first size, but if you need extra sizing, just let us know and we'll see if we can get the components added to your kit.
There you go.
I figured, Deborah. Yes, the Jeol. Marilyn is asking, do you have the brown and cream? I think that was the one that sold, that raisin color. Marilyn, that was gorgeous. That was Fleck 2 and Fleck 4.
We have the mineral. It's this color that we're short on.
I can break up the one kit if you were interested. I can make this kit for you, or I can just order it.
Do you want me to get
the
raisin and show it to you?
Sure. We'll show you the colorway. This is Fleck number 2. And it went with that pretty, like we call it a raisin color. It's like a pretty mineral. It's gorgeous. That kit sold right away. Mm-hmm. Do you have the brown? Oh, Marilyn, I'm reading the same comment. What is the difficulty of the Jeol sweater? I don't think it's that difficult. I don't know if I read that there were short rows involved. I can pull that up in a moment. As soon as Pam. Thank you. Here are the 2 colors. This is gorgeous. It actually goes this way.
Yeah.
So it has like a reddish brown hue to it. It's very pretty, beautiful. So we have the matching mohair on both colors, and we can probably reassemble this kit. So if anybody is interested,
we would take
let us know.
The other. Exactly.
That can definitely happen. I don't know if it involves short rows, but as far as I know that it has sloped shoulder shaping. I'm not sure if it's raglan. I didn't read through the pattern, so I can't tell you. It may involve short rows. And as far as the stranded color work, it looks like it's a pattern of 3 in 1. So there's no catching floats. It's probably a good place to start if you are ready to take that challenge on. Burlesque names: Frosty Winters, Fireball Sapphire, Candy War, Chesty Fells, and Tempest.
Chesty's a good one.
Chesty's good. Marion, those are very good.
Was that Marion with those names?
Spot Sweater Class.
It does not have short rows. The Jeol. It says it has stripes, color work, top down, oversized. No, it says a chart.
Is there a difficulty rating?
That's the yarn.
The project itself hasn't been rated, but there aren't short rows. It's a basic.
It's not a really long pattern either.
No.
So I don't think it seems to be.
This is hopping on my needles. And you guys, the needle size, I told Pam I already have cast on itis, 7, 8, and 9 US. This is going to knit quick.
There you go.
Very quick. Definitely.
Emily said she would knit it. That's what she did say. She did say she would knit it, but she's still got that other sweater she's got to finish.
It's a good one. This is so good. So good. Spot class sweater. I've been doing this spot individually, and in my there is a group that has been learning. I've been doing individual classes with them. If you're interested, Kimberly, let me know. Yes, it is beautiful. Donna saying, question about Kari. I thought you said 21 inches for your length. Is that overall length? Pattern only shows underarm to hem measured at 11.75. It is the overall length, Donna. I did 21 inches. I measured it from my shoulder to the bottom of the hem. So I think I did add about 2 inches. Is there any non-mohair option? A non-mohair option. We could see if we can blend. Do you think billow? I don't know if I know that we could do billow and the onyx. I'd have to check the colorways to see if they match, but I'm sure we can come up with something. Definitely maybe match them more, the billow to weld. So yes, I would say there would be a non-mohair option for sure.
You're thinking of putting the billow with the weld? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes. So you get the halo, but there's no mohair in billow, and that's a Shibui knits yarn.
You do that. You do it.
Pam doesn't seem to approve.
Well, I should say billow is a DK weight yarn. It's not thin like a mohair.
Well,
and I know it's knit at 17 stitches. It's all about the gauge. If you're getting the gauge, you can do it.
Right. But it's a spongy, springy yarn. It's not a dense yarn.
Correct.
That's why I'm saying that.
Sure, you can do that.
You'd have to swatch. Did you say there are kits for Jeol in Forge? It's not in Forge. We made a mistake, Deborah. It's weld.
It's weld. Yes,
but you did hear correctly.
We did navy and gray. We did mustard and charcoal. We did gold leaf and black. The barn red and black.
Rochelle is saying you can do it in Surrey. You definitely can do it in Surrey.
Yeah. Sure.
We have a few Surrey colors too.
Sure.
Luscious Lola, Delightful Delilah, Sweet Candy, Footsie Tootsie, and Kitty Cat. Love it. You guys are the best. Needs to be the second size. Can you let me know?
Who's this now for the Jeol?
New York Sunshine. Needs to be the second size. Can you let me know? For which kit? We're not sure. Is there a non-mohair option? Oh, gotcha. So you need, for size 2, the second size grouping, and you need a non-mohair option. Why don't you send an email or a DM and let us know, and we'll work on that for you. Let us know colors that you're thinking of.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. Any questions you want to throw out at us? Yeah. We should mention that we're still running the knit along with Kimberly McAlinden. This is the lovely tee. We should point it out because we didn't have it last time. Oh, now I could see at the bottom. She was talking about the color change.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Really,
we were talking about alternating skeins in hand-dyed yarn. Right. So you could see a little bit of ball banding. She had mentioned that. When I had it on, I didn't notice it, but I was looking down, so I couldn't see it.
That's not terrible. I mean, I see it, but it's not terrible.
It's not terrible at all. So that's the lovely tee. Our knit along starts April 7th, in case you don't know. We're going to have an event with Kimberly. Kimberly is going to be Zooming with us on 4 different nights, running from 7 to 8:30. It's a 1.5 hour Zoom that's going to be recorded. Mm-hmm. We have beautiful kits, both in fingering weight wool as well as a lovely cotton linen acrylic blend from Sandnes Garn, the Tin Lena. So we have warmer or fingering weight in the merino linen. Merino. Right. You can certainly do it in merino linen if that's your base. Right. We can curate a kit, but we have 2 different options, 2 different price points. The knit along fee is $75. You do not need to buy a kit. You can certainly stash dive. You can just join in if you just want to sit and listen and be a part of the community. You don't even have to knit. Right. It's our little knit community for this particular project. You're going to have a private Facebook page. There are going to be tutorial videos, and all the Zooms will be recorded in case you can't join in live. So we highly recommend joining. We are super excited. It's our first knit along. Kimberly also designed this sweater right here. It's called Levitating Cables. This one is the or not version. We do have the cabled version somewhere in the shop. We will try to be mindful and change the gals up weekly if we can. It involves a lot of work, actually.
It does.
Taking the arms off.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
The hands get in the way.
Yes. So yeah, the lovely tee should be fun. If you've never knit a sweater, it's a fairly easy beginner sweater. It's knit from the top down. There's a little bit of a stitch, textured stitch, which seems to be very popular. So we're certainly on trend with that. And a lovely full sleeve, and it's got a swing-like body. So very cute. I'm looking forward to casting that on.
It looks like it's going to be fun.
Yes. Any questions? Why Dunkin' coffees?
We love
Not
our Dunkin'.
Without my Dunkin', Rochelle. It's all about Dunkin'.
Although I will say, when we were moving this weekend, the girls wanted to get a coffee, and I said, "Oh, is there a Dunkin'?" And I'm like, "Oh, Dunkin'."
I mean, people like to get very particular.
So we found a Starbucks. So the girl said to me, "Mom, we'll get you a latte." I said, "Okay, fine."
Pike's Place, I can handle.
It was much
Starbucks.
It was much better, the latte.
Because the milk.
Yeah,
it's watered down with the milk,
and that was much better for me.
I'm definitely a Dunkin' girl.
So am I.
And yes, I love their donuts as well.
We love them too. We just try to exercise some willpower.
The pink behind you is the other levitating version. This is the levitating or not.
Yeah.
I can get the cabled version, and you can kind of see how it's floating. The stripes are floating there, and I'll get you the cables.
Yep, that's lovely. That pink one was made out of the Rios in the colorway Valentina. And Dina's going to show you the cable version, which was made out of Kokan, right? Kokan Aran?
Yes. Here it is.
There you go.
Super pretty. You can see the cables.
So you can see
it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So it's knit sideways, and then it's sewn together over here.
It'll pick up on the sleeve.
Yep. Very basic construction. Mm-hmm. And for the record, this is the billow that we were talking about. Let's see if I can get that in close so you can see the texture on that.
Yeah, it's got that core.
It's got like a linen or cotton core, but it's got a halo, and it's also very soft. And Surrey would actually be a very good alternative. Surrey would be perfect. Does it have Bailey's in it? No, but we could have put Bailey's.
We should have put Bailey's in it.
We have Bailey's.
Good idea.
It's a good idea for next time.
Going to the stash.
It's worth using the app for rewards and order in advance. Yes, I agree. I do that too. Yeah. Dunkin' is great that way. Does Starbucks have an app?
I don't know. I don't. The only thing I like in Starbucks, I have to say, I do like their iced coffee. I do like their iced coffee too. I mean, I don't object to it. I mean, I like Dunkin's too, but I do like the.
I like the almond milk in my Dunkin' iced coffee.
I don't like that.
Love.
It's like although a dessert. I have to say, what I've done of late is I've had the Grady's cold brew. I make it at home. It's got the little sachet that you put into the water, and you make your own cold brew. If I'm not being lazy.
There you go.
It's an option.
Hi, Marcia. Beautiful day in Maryland. Yes, it's a beautiful day here too. Absolutely beautiful.
Although the sun is just about gone away now.
I know, but it's still light out, and I'm very grateful for that.
There you go.
All right. I don't think we have anything.
That's it. What?
No, we didn't do Festival of Stitches.
Oh.
We neglected to cover this one indie dyer.
I can't find the pattern.
7th Floor Yarns. We want to share her kits. So Judy and Amanda, mother-daughter team, duo, they dye their yarn in their 7th floor apartment. It's called 7th Floor Yarns, and their box arrived last Monday, and we didn't open it in time for the for our podcast, but we made amazing kits on Tuesday. And this is one of those kits that we covered during the week, but we certainly want to spotlight and showcase.
I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Festival of Stitches.
So as we transition into the warmer weather, sometimes it's nice to just have a wrap like the Unwind Shawl or the Festival of Stitches. And we've never featured Festival, and it's beautiful. And the merino with the silk is a lovely yarn. It's got a bit of a sheen.
Yes, and the designer is Lisa. I don't know if you say it Hans, Hannes.
I think it's Lisa Hans.
Yep. And it's made with 3 skeins of fingering, 3 different colors of fingering. Wait, who are you talking to? I see you smiling.
I'm smiling at Irina. Irina joined us. She's also she's a moderator now for Natasja, and she's my moderator now on Corbis.
Oh, there you go.
But she knit the Kari, and she's complimenting me. So I'm just saying thanks. Thanks, Irina.
So I don't know, do you want to show them just a couple of the kits, Dina? We'll just show you a few. They're all on the website.
Okay.
Right.
So this is one combination. We thought this would be fun for the spring. You have colorway Upstream, which is this color right here, Chartreuse. And we also have Outer Space.
And I don't know if you can tell from this. I know there are 2 stronger colors and then that kind of like silvery color in there. So when we did the kits, like for instance on this one, which is the navy and ash and razzleberry, we made these the 2 stronger colors, and this would be the more in between color.
This would be like this.
Correct. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Really, it doesn't make a difference. But
that's the skeins have 400 yards. It's 80% superwash merino and 20% silk. Let me see if I can get it close enough for you to see the sheen. It's not really shiny, soft, but it has like a very.
It's lovely.
It has a very pretty glow.
And this one closely, somewhat resembles. We couldn't do it exactly the colorway in the pattern, which is the ash, the natural, and the what is this one? Tickle Me Pink.
Is it Tickle Me Pink? Yes.
Tickle Me Pink.
That's pretty.
Yes, that's a pretty soft palette. So.
Can we show them the one that was, at least I was inspired to create this kit
watermelon?
from Dorothea. No, Dorothea's kit. It's the caramel onyx and natural. Do you want to hand them over to me? Sorry. We have a table full of yarn.
Yep.
Stiletto out. Yes, that's right, Dina. What are you doing for the Jeol? I'm doing your colorway, Meryl. Your new colorway that you swapped out in the original. This is a colorway that I saw. It's a trio that one of our customers, Dorothy, knit. She didn't use this space. I admired her project on Ravelry. So often we'll go to the project page, like I always say, and get inspiration from shawls or garments that we love to replicate. And here it is. So that's a beauty. Onyx, natural, and caramel. This is a gorgeous one. This is called Raging. So now we're showcasing all the colors, at least, that we got in. This is natural. I love this colorway. This is called Red Rock.
Yeah, it's
so that's very pretty. And this was one that we saw also on the projects page, which gave us the inspiration. Nice catch.
There you go.
Is this the last one?
I could keep going. It depends what you want.
Do you guys want to see more?
If you want me to show.
We have Outer Space, which is actually like a deep, deep, deep teal. I'm not sure if it's coming up. And we paired that with the Chartreuse. And this is gorgeous. It's called Blue Lagoon. This is really fun and very spring-like. Do you have the one with the denim? Oh, that's a gorgeous one. Here, swap.
Thank you.
Admiring my sleeves. Oh my God, I forgot to mention. Look at
this one.
No, the Kari. Yes, I was talking about that.
Okay.
Check out these bracelets, you guys. Totally forgot to mention. Look at this. So this is perfect length if you need to showcase your bracelet.
It's a good length for a bracelet.
Right?
It's bracelet length,
it's
as they say.
Length. These beautiful bracelets are from Glam Mom. Excuse me, Glam Mom. NY Inc.
NY Inc. I think is her Instagram. If you just put Glam Mom, she'll come up on Instagram.
She'll come up.
Yeah.
So she's got the most amazing, very trendy.
She does great stuff. Great handbags, great jewelry, great. What do you call those things that you wear? I don't know what you call them.
Rawanas,
wraps. Yeah.
Amazing handbags and straps, like really fun, trendy items.
Yeah.
Great for gifts if you're looking for them.
Yep.
I didn't do that one yet.
Oh,
This is like the Miami Dolphins.
It does,
but it's actually very spring.
I mean,
it's fun, but I just thought of that for some reason. This is called Upstream, Natural, and then we have Blue Lagoon. That's a very
Blue Lagoon. That's so
pretty combo.
That'd be pretty. And that short and festival stitches.
Yeah. Next up, we have Upstream, Dolphin, and Navy. Again, incorporating that orange and blue, very pretty for spring. What do they call that?
What?
It's like resort wear.
Yes,
this palette,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It's like good for resort wear.
Yeah,
sorry. Love this one too. Blues and purple. So I'm not sure if you're picking up the lavender hue in the Dolphin, but it definitely has like a very soft purple halo, and it pairs beautifully with Magic Wand. And of course, Navy. That would make a gorgeous festival of stitches. Very Caribbean, right, Marcia?
Yes,
I agree.
It is Caribbean. Yes,
very.
Yes.
Love the shocking. Navy, shocking, and ash. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Is this fabulous or what? It's like you could see me a mile away in this shawl.
It's pretty though.
It is pretty. I mean, the shocking is definitely shocking, but it's one of those colors, like if it's just striped out in the palette, that's beautiful.
It's very pretty.
And one more.
This one. Yeah. This again is similar to the original one. It has the ash, the natural, and the, what is that called? Does that say pink? What, Pink Panther?
Yes.
Pink Panther.
Love it.
There you go.
And it really does look like the Pink Panther.
It is cute. Very cute. So there are lots of choices. If you want to do the Festival of Stitches, right? And I think it's like maybe almost 16 inches deep, and it's maybe 92 or 94 inches long.
It's a nice long
I mean,
wrap.
You could customize it. They say that in the pattern. If you don't want it that long, you could shorten it a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, it's very pretty. And I like that I think it's kind of worked like Hohi shawl, where you have the two sides.
Is that how they do it?
I don't know if it's two sides merged together, if it's worked inside out, but it's in the same concept. So it is very pretty, and you're certainly not going to get bored because you'll be needing so many different stitches, changing colors. And Jane has a question. Did you get more Suburban for Lovely? The Suburban Stitcher order has not come in yet, but we are expecting a mega order.
Mega order. Mother of all orders from Diane.
Yes.
God bless her.
She's dying away, I hope. And we're hoping by the end of the month, Jane. So if you're holding out,
if you see her on Instagram, she's probably dying.
I know she's been getting up early, so I'm hoping she's dying our order. Dinah, I just can't get over how. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend the knit. Natasja's patterns are a pleasure to knit, and highly recommend it. Oh no, I got a little snag.
You can fix that.
Yeah.
I know someone who can fix it.
Thanks. It reminds me of my son, Jake. Jake is my son. My eldest son is very high-tech, computer-oriented, and we call him Jake Fix It. And we're like, Jake could fix it. So it's just funny that you're saying I could fix it.
See, we all have our skills.
Yes.
We all have our skill sets.
Yes. Any other questions? Any questions about patterns, projects, yarn that you're considering, things you want to throw out at us? Maybe we can answer? No. Okay.
There you go.
So maybe we'll wrap it up over here.
Sounds good.
I can't believe how long we've been talking, Pam.
I know, it's
oh my goodness, this is a long one. Yes, it is a couture knit, the Kari. It's a beautiful design. It's very Chanel-like. You can definitely dress it up or down.
Yeah, you could.
It's funny, now that it's done, I will say I had a little remorse.
I was thinking. Dina kept saying
I love my Kari.
She picked the wrong colors. No, it had
it.
nothing to do with the design. Nothing to do with the design. It was
remorse
was the colors.
The color choices on the projects page. Arena, correct me if I'm wrong. Everyone's project was breathtaking. And I'm looking at my colors and I'm like, oh God, am I going to be happy? And I was so happy when
Dina took a picture to post on Instagram and she was like, I just don't like these colors. They just don't look as nice as the other colors. But you know what? You're looking at it, you're knitting it all the time.
Honing in on it.
Looking at it. And then you open up the computer and you say, oh, you know.
The color, I mean, they were over the top.
There aren't any bad combinations.
They're all gorgeous.
Right.
But again, Meryl, you can relate because you are, she's saying I'm right. Well, yours is gorgeous too. I think you went with, was yours black and white or gray and white? I don't remember now. But Meryl, you can relate on your spot sweater. You've been knitting the black and the chartreuse or the yellow, and you're looking at it and you're just enough already because you're honing in on the same colors and you're not feeling the vibe.
But when you step back,
but when you step back and the piece is done, you realize that your original choice was perfect.
What is Debbie saying? Can I make your Kari with gray? What?
Gray is the main, white, and black is oh my God, that would be stunning.
Oh, that would be
so
very
that
pretty.
Would be basically like Natasja's kit. I mean, I have the black. So you're saying
the black would be like this.
This, and this. This would be elegant. Très chic. I mean, come on.
So what would be her main? The gray?
Gray would be the main. So it would be the inverse of Natasja's because Natasja, I think, did.
That would mean your button band
would be in the gray.
Would be in the gray. You'd have this running with it.
Right.
And then you'd do
like
a little accent.
Right. Like Kame had that 1/3, like a third accent color. You can have, that would be stunning, Debbie. Stunning. Thank you. Thank you, Debbie. Appreciate it. But this would be lovely. And Debbie, your beautiful order went out today.
It did, Debbie. It did
all
go out.
Its contents.
We even had to use a box.
Yes. Happy birthday. Shout out to you.
Yes, happy birthday, Debbie.
She said, good, I'm making this. Please set that aside. You got it. Is it sold? I don't know if it's sold. You know what we've been on. If it has been sold.
She said it was sold?
I don't know. I'll order the contents for you. How's that?
We can tell you in just a second. Right?
Yes. Any other questions? Well, if you don't have any now, you can always leave them in the comments and we can try to answer them.
And we have to let you know which one of the girls' names we prefer.
Yes, please don't forget after we sign off. So for those of you who are joining us and leaving these amazing names.
No, it's not sold.
Oh. She said, no, I meant you just sold it. Oh, that's too funny. Okay, Debbie, you got it.
There you go.
We'll get that going for you. Please leave the comments down below for names of the girls. We're looking for showgirl names. We thought that would be fun.
Yeah, it would be.
And I guess until next week, we'll see you next time.
Happy knitting.
Happy knitting. Thank you. Bye.